Welcome to a web-exclusive edition of the Mesonet Weather Report produced for Oklahoma State University's SUNUP program. I'm Al Sutherland. We were treated to summer-like temperatures this week. Wednesday afternoon highs ranged from 79 at Nowata and Veneta to 90 degrees at Buffalo. The red background color highlighted those locations in the mid to upper 80s. That covered about half the area of the state. It seems out of place to have weather suited to shorts and flip-flops in mid-November, and on a map of the number of days with lows at or below 32 degrees, lots of locations in Oklahoma had 0 days with a freeze through November 15th. How unusual has our warm October and November been? A graph of the daily average air temperatures for Norman for October and the first half of November tells the story. The green line shows the long-term 15-year average. The blue areas indicate cooler days below the 15-year average. The reddish areas show when daily average temperatures were above the 15-year average. The warmer red-colored areas dwarf the blue areas, and those cooler times were in October, almost none in the first half of November. If air temperatures were closer to average, we would see a more equal amount of cool and warm shaded areas. Here's Gary with a check on how our above average temperatures are enhancing dry conditions.
Thanks, Alan. Good morning, everyone. Well, the big story I've been talking about over the last several months continues to be that drought that is intensifying since the end of the summer, and we still have bad conditions getting worse all the time. So let's take a look at the latest U.S. Drought Monitor map and see what we have. And again, we still have that moderate drought up in northwest Oklahoma, and we have the bad conditions down across the southeastern quarter of the state all the way up into central Oklahoma. And we now have a small sliver of extreme drought. That's the D3 drought, the second to worst category on the drought monitor in far southeast Oklahoma, starting to creep up northward into parts of the state. So we do have those impacts that come along with that drought. Farm ponds going low or dry, fire danger starting to increase, crop failures, and a loss of pasture. So this is something that bears watching. And when we talk about that fire danger, we can see from the relative greenness map from the Mesonet's OK Fire program. Basically, the green is where it's green at, obviously, and the oranges and reds, that's where the vegetation has gone dormant or even died. And so you can see parts of the state are in that high fire danger category when the proper conditions arise. But you can also see the green area in north central down through southwest Oklahoma where the wheat belt is starting to grow. That area has actually had some pretty decent rainfall. So good luck for those parts. Now, if we look at future rain chances, we have very little rain chances over the next 7 days. But as we get into next week, it also looks like we have increased odds of above normal temperatures across much of the United States. And for our part of the world, down here in the southern plains, we have increased odds of below normal precipitation as we get into the Thanksgiving period. So that certainly is not good for the drought conditions we're experiencing now. Now, the bad part of this drought is we are entering our driest part of the year, the winter months, as we get farther into November and in December, January, February. That is the driest part of the year. You don't usually get drought relief, but we can certainly hope for that. So maybe a Christmas present or two under the tree for parts of Oklahoma if we can get some good precipitation. That's it for this time. We'll see you next time on the Mesonet Weather Report.